So now let me explain electronic configuration and some rules to write the electronic configuration of the elements. What is electronic configuration? The distribution and arrangement of electrons in the main shells, subshells, and orbitals of an atom is called electronic configuration. The distribution and arrangement of electrons in the main shells, subshells, and orbitals of an atom is called electronic configuration. There are two methods to write the electronic configuration: NLX method and orbital diagram method. First one is NLX method. Here this N means principal quantum number, N is principal quantum number, L is azimuthal quantum number, X is number of electrons. For example, for helium, electronic configuration is 1s2. So here N value is 1. This is N value. N value is 1. Next, L value. For S, L value is 0. L value 0 is nothing but it is denoted by S. This is L. It contains 2 electrons. So this is X. NLX method. N is principal quantum number, L is azimuthal quantum number, X is number of electrons. Next, orbital diagram methods. For helium, electronic configuration is 1s2. We can write like this: 1s2. This is orbital diagram method. To write the electronic configuration, there are 3 principles. First one is Pauli's principle. To write the electronic configuration of the elements, we must follow 3 principles. First one is Pauli's principle. Pauli's principle is: no 2 electrons in an atom can have the same set of values for all the 4 quantum numbers. No 2 electrons in an atom can have the same set of values for the 4 quantum numbers. No 2 electrons in an atom can have the same set of values for all the 4 quantum number values. For all the 4 quantum number values. This is Pauli's principle. Let us take lithium. We know that lithium atomic number is 3. Lithium atomic number is 3 means its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s1. Here 3 electrons are there. For 3 electrons, let us write 4 quantum number values. For first electron, N value is 1. This is N. N value is 1. L value 0. S means for L value 0. L value 0. L value 0 means M should be 0. S value for first electron I am writing 1 by 2. Plus 1 by 2. Next for second electron. For second electron, N value 1 only. L value 0. M value 0. S value is minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2. For first electron, plus 1 by 2 means for second electron it should be minus 1 by 2. Next for third electron. For third electron, N value is 2. L value 0. M value 0. S value is plus 1 by 2. If we take first and second electrons, N, L, M, 3 values same, but S value is different. If we take second and third electrons, n value is different and s value is also different. If we take first and third electrons, 0, 0 plus 1 by 2, 0, 0 plus 1 by 2. L, M, S values are same, but N value is not same. If we take first and third electrons, L, M, S values are same only, but N value is not same. So if we take the element with atomic number 100, Fm, fermium, its atomic number is 100. For this fermium, 100 electrons are there. We can write 4 set of values for all the 100 electrons. For any 2 electrons, 4 values are not same. That is the Pauli's principle. For any 2 electrons, 4 quantum number values are not same. No 2 electrons in an atom can have the same set of values for all the 4 quantum number values. That is Pauli's principle. Its significance: an orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electrons, that with opposite spin. An orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electrons only, that with opposite spin. An orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electrons means maximum number of electrons in an orbit is equal to 2n square formula. Maximum number of electrons that can accommodate in an orbit is equal to n square. If we take first orbit, n value is 1. 2 into 1 square, 2 only. So first orbit can accommodate 2 electrons. If we take second orbit, n value is 2. 2 into 2 square, 8 electrons. If we take third orbit, 2 into 3 square, 18 electrons. In a suborbit, maximum number of electrons 2 into 2l plus 1. 2 into 2l plus 1. Maximum number of electrons that can present in a subshell or suborbit. 2 into 2l plus 1. This is Pauli's principle. Next, Aufbau principle. Second one is Aufbau principle. Aufbau principle is among the available orbitals, the differentiating electron first enters into the orbital having less energy. That is Aufbau principle. Among the available orbitals, the differentiating electron first enters into the orbital having less energy. The relative energies of the orbitals can be determined by using n plus L rule. The relative energies of the orbitals can be determined by using n plus L rule. Here this n is principal quantum number, L is azimuthal quantum number. The relative energies of the orbitals can be determined by using n plus L rule. The orbital having lower n plus L value has lower energy. Suppose if we take 3d and 4s orbitals, for these two orbitals we can calculate energy, relative energy, by using this formula. For 3d, n plus L value 3 plus 2, 5. For 4s, n value is 4, L value is 0, 4. For 3d, n plus L value is 5. For 4s, 4. So 4s orbital has less energy than 3d orbital. So after filling up 4s orbital only, differentiating electron must enters into 3d orbitals. Among the available orbitals, differentiating electron first enters into the orbital having least energy. That is Aufbau principle. The relative energies of the orbitals can be determined by using n plus L rule. Orbital having lower n plus L value has lower energy. orbital having higher n plus L value has higher energy. If two different orbitals have same n plus L value, then the orbital with the lower n value has less energy. So for example, if we take 3d and 4p orbitals, for 3d n plus L value is 5, 3 plus 2. For d orbitals L value is 2. For 4p, 4 plus 1, 5. S, P, D, F, L value is like this, 0, 1, 2, 3. For 3D, 3 plus 2. For 4P, 4 plus 1. So both have same n plus L value. Then for 3D orbital, n value is less. So 3D orbital has less energy. 3D less than 4P. If two different orbitals have same n plus L value, then the orbital having lower n value has less energy. Or by using Moire diagram also, we can determine relative energies of the orbitals. By using Moire diagram, one S, 2S, 2P, 3S, 3P, 3D, 4S, 4P, 4D, 4F, 5S, 5P, 5D, 5F, 6S, 6P, 6D, 7S, 7P. First 1S orbital. After 1S, 2S. After 2S, 2P, next 3S. 1S, 2S, 2P, 3S, 3P, 4S, 3D, 4P, 5S, 4D, 5P, 6S, 4F, 5D, 6P, 7S, 5F, 6D, 7P. By using this Moire diagram also, we can determine relative energies of the orbitals. So first 1S is less than, 2S is less than, 2P is less than, after 2P 3S, 3S is less than, 3S is less than, 3P is less than, 4S is less than, 3D is less than, 4P is less than, 5S is less than, so on. We can calculate relative energies of the orbitals by using this Moire diagram also. The first one, Hund's principle. Hund's principle. The Hund's principle is pairing of electrons take place in an orbital after all the degenerate orbitals are filled with 1 electron each. It is called Hund's principle. Pairing of electrons take place. Pairing of electrons take place after all the degenerate orbitals are filled with 1 electron each. Suppose if we take nitrogen, its atomic number is 7. Its electron configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. We should not write like this. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. We should not write like this because these three orbitals are degenerate orbitals. Degenerate orbitals. Degenerate orbitals means orbitals having same energy. Degenerate orbitals means orbitals having same energy. These are p orbitals, px, py, pz, or 2px, 2py, 2pz. Three orbitals have same energy. Then we should write like this: 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. We should not write 2px2, 2py1. That is Hund's principle. Pairing of electrons take place after all the degenerate orbitals are filled with one electron each. Suppose if we take oxygen, for oxygen electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. We should not write like this. This is wrong. This is against to Hund's principle. This is against to Hund's rule. We should write like this: 2p4, 1, 2, 3. Now pairing starts. 1s2, 2s2, 2px2, 2py1, 2pz1. First, in all the three orbitals, one electron enters with parallel spin. Now pairing takes place. So in case of S subshell, pairing starts with second electron. In case of P subshell, pairing starts with fourth electron. S subshell contains only one orbital. So in case of S subshell, pairing starts with second electron. In case of P subshell, this is P subshell. This P subshell contains three orbitals: px, py, pz. In case of P subshell, pairing starts with fourth electron. In case of D subshell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now pairing starts with the sixth electron. In case of S subshell with second electron. In case of P subshell with fourth electron. In case of D subshell with sixth electron. In case of F subshell with eighth electron. In case of F subshell, pairing starts with eighth electron. So by using this Hund's principle, we can determine number of unpaired electrons. These are the rules to write the electronic configuration of elements. Next one. Magnetic moments. We know that chemical substances are three types: paramagnetic substances, diamagnetic substances, ferromagnetic substances. The species which contain unpaired electrons exhibit paramagnetic property. There is no unpaired electrons means diamagnetic. Which contains unpaired electrons exhibit paramagnetic property. The extent of paramagnetic property can be expressed in terms of magnetic moments. Nu is equal to root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magnetons. Or this is spin only magnetic moment. Mu s is equal to root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magnetons. This Bm is unit of magnetic moment. Instead of this formula, we can use easy formula n plus 0.8. Here this n is number of unpaired electrons. Instead of using this formula, this is easy formula. Mu s is equal to n plus 0.8. If we take Pi plus 2, titanium atomic number is 22. Its electronic configuration. For titanium electronic configuration, argon or complete electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d2 for titanium. If titanium loses 2 electrons, then Ti plus 2 is formed. If it loses 2 electrons, it loses 2 electrons from the last orbit. The last orbit is 4th orbit. So it loses 2 electrons from 4s orbitals. Then P8 plus 2 electron configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d2. Your number of unpaired electrons are 2. Then its magnetic moment is 2 plus 0.8 nu s. N value is 2, 2 plus 0.8, 2.8 both magnetons. For P8 plus 2 magnetic moment is 2.8 both magnetons. Like that we can calculate if Mn plus 2 is given. For Mn plus 2 magnetic moment is how much? Mn plus 2. Manganese atomic number is 25. Manganese atomic number is 25. Its electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d5. This is for manganese. Mn plus 2 means it loses 2 electrons. It loses 2 electrons from the last orbit. The last orbit is not this one. Last orbit is not this one. Last orbit is 4s. It loses 2 electrons from 4s orbitals. Then 3d5. So your number of unpaired electrons 5. Then magnetic moment U is equal to n plus 0.8. The n is 5. 5 plus 0.8, 5.8 more magnetons. So like this we can calculate magnetic moments.